I didn't get an invitation to my sister's wedding, so I went on a trip. Sorry, dear, this event is only for the closest people, my mother said. When the wedding was canceled because of a debt, the whole family started begging me, but it was too late. I always knew I was the afterthought in my family, but I never expected my own mother to look me in the eye and tell me. I wasn't family enough for my sister's wedding. My younger sister Emma was the golden child. Growing up, my achievements were ignored while her mistakes were celebrated. I learned to live with it. I built a successful tech career, bought my own place, and kept my distance, though I still tried to play the role of the dutiful son and brother. When Emma got engaged to a guy whose ego was much bigger than his bank account, the whole family lost their minds. They planned a ridiculously lavish destination-style wedding at an elite vineyard. Months passed. I saw cousins, distant aunts, and even Emma's gym instructor posting their gold-foiled invitations on Instagram. My mailbox stayed empty. Eventually, I drove over to my parents' house. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I just asked my mother why I hadn't received an invite. She didn't even have the decency to look guilty. She just kept arranging flowers in a vase, sighed, and delivered the line that killed whatever love I had left for my family. Sorry, dear, but Emma wants an intimate aesthetic. This event is only for the closest people. You've always been so distant. You understand, right? I stared at her. 28 years of trying to earn their love evaporated in a single second. I didn't argue. I didn't beg for a seat at a table where I clearly wasn't wanted. I understand perfectly, I said, and I walked out. I had originally set aside $15,000. It was supposed to be a massive surprise. Wedding gift to help them start their life, a final, stupid attempt to buy my family's affection. Instead, I called my travel agent. I took every penny of that wedding fund and booked a 3-week, ultra-luxury solo trip to the Swiss Alps. First-class flights, 5-star chalets, private ski lessons. If I wasn't close enough for a wedding, I was definitely far enough away to disappear. I left a week before her wedding date. The mountains were silent, cold, and exactly what I needed to detox from a lifetime of emotional manipulation. 5 days before the wedding, I was sitting on a balcony overlooking the Matterhorn, sipping a 30-liter glass of whiskey when my phone started vibrating off the table. Missed calls from Emma, missed calls from Mom, frantic texts from my dad. I ignored them for an hour, letting their anxiety marinate before finally answering a call from my mother. "Where are you?" she shrieked the second the line connected. "No, hello. No, how are you?" Just pure, unadulterated panic. "Switzerland," I replied calmly. "The snow is fantastic." "Switzerland? Are you insane?" "You need to wire us money right now," she sobbed. Then the truth spilled out. Emma and her fiancé had horribly mismanaged their budget. They relied on credit cards that just got declined. The vineyard venue required the final $15,000 payment to clear in their account 72 hours before the event, or they were voiding the contract. "We don't have it," my mother cried. "Emma is hysterical. You have money. You need to pay the venue right now or the wedding is canceled." They had excluded me from the celebration but expected me to fund it. The sheer entitlement was breathtaking. I took a slow sip of my whiskey. The ice clinked gently against the glass. "I can't do that, Mom." "What do you mean you can't?" Emma's voice screamed in the background, clearly on speakerphone. "You're my brother. You're ruining my life." "I'm sorry, dear," I said, pitching my voice to perfectly match the careless, breezy tone my mother had used weeks ago. "But my bank account is only for the closest people." Silence fell over the line. A heavy, suffocating silence. You can't do this to us," my mother finally whispered, her voice trembling with the realization that I had them checkmated. "I didn't do anything," I replied softly. "You wanted an intimate aesthetic. Now it's so intimate it doesn't even exist. Have a great weekend." I hung up and blocked their numbers. Later that evening, I checked Facebook. The wedding was officially canceled. The groom's family was furious. The massive deposits were lost, and the humiliation was entirely public. I put my phone away and looked out at the mountains. It was freezing outside, but for the first time in my life, I felt completely warm.